looks directly at the camera, give him a death stare, and say, like, start speaking Latin.
I couldn't even fake speaking another language.
Yeah.
I didn't even know where to begin.
I can, like... never mind. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Trading Bank Podcast. We've been recording the entire time.
Yes.
And that will not be taken out. So, hello. We have missed the past 2 episodes. Fuck me.
What was the date?
Indianapolis, our mic was never recording. Let's... That's a huge sack. Let's throw in a clip right here. Wow.
Oof. You wanna roll with the punches?
I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this.
Yeah. Oh, that's unfortunate. Damn, that sucks. Because that was a good one.
Yeah.
Somehow. Dude, look at this fucking. Look how many cars I considered. Because you set me up with like it's gonna be a bad week, so I'm like, oh maybe it'll.
Yeah.
It was gonna at the end. I was gonna be like, holy shit.
Wow, but this is fucking.
Yeah, it's a blow.
Okay, that's the end of the episode. We weren't recording. Goodbye. And then Vegas last week. I just can't be fucked.
Recording of us.
We do have a recording Indianapolis Vegas. I just had a shit week and so much. I was busy all week, so fuck that. So, but we're
yeah. Motherload. So
yeah.
Didn't help get me closer, but
you're still 3 seconds.
Some Motherload, yeah.
Still 3 seconds away from that world record. That's so fucking aggravating.
And more regrets every time you don't get it.
Yeah.
More regrets stack up. But it's great.
It's not great. You should stop. Anything else going on this week? Nah. Anyway, about NASCAR.
Yeah, the race.
The race, I didn't watch Richmond, and I heard that I didn't miss anything great. It was pretty boring. Martin Truex won. He's won the past race at Vegas, too. So, the playoff grid is looking kind of standard. Let me remember off the top of my head, I think Bowman, Kurt Busch, I don't care. I'm trying to think of the playoff drivers that are below the cut line, but I couldn't give less of a shit. I've been watching a lot more Formula One.
Oh, did you watch the race this morning?
I did.
My dad's become a little bit of a Formula One guy.
Mm-hmm.
So I catch it all the way on my way, like when I'm waking up at like 11 a.m.
Yeah.
I was actually earlier.
It started at 8. It went from like 8 to 10, 15 or something like that, but they were in Singapore. I have my new favorite driver. This is the first full race that I've ever watched, and I've got a favorite driver already. Antonio Giovinazzi, the first time an Alfa Romeo has led a Grand Prix in a while, which means nothing to most people who don't pay attention to F1, but that's cool. The
MVPs are the announcers.
Oh my god,
They're so into it. Every pass, like fifth is passing fourth.
Oh my god.
And like, I mean, isn't the season is all like locked up, but they're still super hype.
Yeah, it's super hype, even though there's like 4 teams that are competitive in any given week, and the rest are just back markers. The announcers are so hype, and their British accents are just perfect. They're perfect. Like just screaming, especially foreign sounding last names when they scream like Raikkonen's going around or something like that. It's crazy. I lose my shit. It's hilarious.
They have all the names down too.
Yeah.
Like to hear them say all these names. So.
Like you think I can just like fucking just pronounce a Finnish name completely correct 100% of the time? No.
In 1 second or less.
In like half a second. No, they have a talent. That is pure skill. That is pure skill. And that is my first woohoo. Is me discovering. That's me discovering Formula One. I'm into it. I am a fan. It got me. So, yeah. A no bucket list item for me is watching an F1 race in a foreign country.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Preferably in Europe, but I couldn't give a shit.
I feel like, isn't there some parts of those tracks where it's kind of like you can just kind of walk up?
Yeah, they're street races. A lot of them are street races. Singapore was one. Monaco's the big like street race, but value, yeah. If you live in fucking Singapore, you can just walk up to an F1 race and be like, "Oh, cool! They're fucking the pinnacle of racing is just zooming around my streets of the city. That's crazy." I think Montreal is the same, but don't fucking quote me on that because I don't know F1. But okay, your woohoo. Let's hear it, Terry.
My one woohoo?
Well, if you want to have 3, I only have like 2 today.
Okay. This is a good woohoo. It's just like it's when things work out, even when you're lazy about it. So
Oh yeah.
I've really been sacking off buying the Switch, and I was like, I really gotta get on that. And then perfect opportunity falls in my lap. John offers to sell me his for like a value package deal.
Mm-hmm.
So John offered his and the Switch and the Nintendo controller and the Smash for $300.
That's fucking take it.
The Switch is still $300 straight up.
So
I was like, yes.
Is it the new model?
I didn't care to ask. I hope it is.
Yeah. Because I saw on a Snap story that I just bought a Switch Lite.
Oh yeah, did those just go live? I feel like isn't it like sometime?
They've been out for, I want to say a week. Maybe 2 weeks.
Now that I'm at college, I could see like why just having the whole setup's like a bit of a bitch.
Yeah, it's a bit of a bitch, but like, if you're gonna play Smash, which you are, you're gonna hook it up to a TV. Yeah.
Controllers.
Yeah.
So.
I don't have a third woohoo. Actually, I did, but I forgot it. So I'm going to my boohoo, and that is fuck car problems. My AC has a slow leak. I had to get my starter replaced. I had to get my front 2 tires replaced, and a hose in my exhaust system needs replacing. This has cost. Well, I've only replaced my tires and my starter. That's cost $600. I probably have another $300 to spend, if not more. Spending money doesn't feel good. Who would have thunk it? Especially when it goes into something like your car. It's a necessary thing, but like, there's no like physical thing that you gain. Like, if I spend $200, there better be something to fucking show for it. Nah, it's just tires. It's just a new starter. It's like the car needs this shit to work. If I want to spend $200 on my car, I'd want to get like, I don't know, I'd want to get it detailed or something like that. But anyways.
Yeah, spending money on upkeep is just like, it's very unsatisfying.
Mm-hmm. It sucks because fucking our lives depend on my life depends on my car. Especially since I'm a commuter now, so fuck that. Can't get to my job, I can't get to school, I can't get to the grocery store without my car. And I just spent fucking $600, and I'm gonna have to spend more. Anyways, I'll stop bitching about that.
Yeah. It's a bike's life.
It's a bike's life, bro. I would bring my bike to Worcester, but I don't have a bike rack.
Yeah, it would be a fat bike.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I could. If I were to say my third woohoo, just real quick, would be stories that someone like formulates and creates an ending quickly, and like it just has a nice complete story.
Yeah.
Specifically, Lost in Space, the anime, just watched.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just 13-episode cur, and it was like just a complete story. It just finished. It had a simple setting and characters, and then they finished, and there was an epilogue, and everybody you know, I was just super. I don't know. I was super satisfied, and I don't think that happens a lot.
That's really rare. Yeah.
Anime shows. Yeah, it's usually shonen endlessness or will I get my second season? Oh,
I hate that. Like, imagine you're fucking some shit studio, and you come out with a shit anime, and you leave it on a cliffhanger, and you're saying, oh, what if it gets a second season? What if it gets a second season, guys? It's like, all right, if any executive at that shit anime company had half of a brain, he would realize that it's not worth it to continue this garbage. So, I haven't seen Lost in Space, but you've said many good things about it.
I've never seen a show just get so much better.
Mm-hmm.
Usually the people always say, like, if you can tell a show's bad at the beginning, it's just going to be bad.
Yeah.
You'll know. But, like, I just ramped up all the character interactions that were so shit at the beginning. They were, like, they heartfelt and were just better and funnier later. So, I that.
You made
stories. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. You made me realize my third woohoo, and that was Promare. What a good movie!
Yeah.
What a good movie. I know that you didn't like it because it's not your thing, but
yeah, no robots, CGI generation. I'm open to it, like deep within my soul.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not inherent. Like if I still as soon as I see any type of CGI, I'm not in there.
Mm-hmm.
Thought the comedy was great though.
I can understand that. Coobs and everybody gets mad at me because there's like one little nitpick that I have about a show, and then I'll just keep bringing it up, and it'll like stick in my mind, and I can't get rid of it. And that's the shit that makes me hate animes. Like, fucking remember Vinland Saga? Like, okay, well the sister wants to fuck her brother. She goes in the bed with him, and I kept bringing it up. I kept bringing it up throughout the entire episode. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be more anime bullshit.
If that recorded would have been actually pretty funny.
That would have been hilarious.
The whole Vinland 3-parter was like, the mood was terrible, but like
the show was fucking awesome, but the mood is yeah. But like Fu and Coobs were not having it. They're like, well, in Viking times, in Viking times, they slept together, they huddled together for warmth. I'm like, okay, I don't care. To me, it looked like the sister wants to slide in bed with her little brother and fuck him. It's gonna stick in my mind from now on. I'm sorry, this is how my mind works. Anyways.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, we'll save it for the woohoo when it's more applicable.
I know. They will be live on Terry's channel if you're interested in watching. So, your boohoo. Plugged.
Oh, and my boohoo would just be the mortality of humans and how they can be damaged easily when you fall.
Wow.
Or take a landing that is subpar, especially if you're older.
Mm-hmm.
Really, the mortality of man. It's my third. It's my boohoo.
It's really existential for a NASCAR podcast, but
it's on my mind.
Much appreciated. Thank you for making our viewers think. So prepare to shut your brains off because we're going to be looking at pretty cars. And away we go. Here is Landon Castle in the University of Richmond scheme. And I didn't mention it at the start, but I'm sick. And that sucks because when you watch a YouTube video with someone who's sick,
you get sick.
No, you don't get sick, but you get sick of their sick voice.
Yes.
So, in order to make out up in the comedy, we're gonna be taking a shot. Every new scheme.
Oh, so you're doing that right now?
I'm.
You do it right now. Then what are you dealing with that?
Yeah, you should take a. You should take a.
Oh my god, pretty hot first car.
Yeah, this is like pretty good.
Really good.
Let me take my shot before I make any comments. Hang on, let me get my chaser. Cheers. Cheers. Bro, you need to inhale more. That is so much smoke.
Hey, bro. I don't want to die, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta
How much you have left of that cart? And would you be willing to sell it? To me?
I thought you were gonna die.
I don't care about death because you haven't died smoking that, so I feel comfortable.
I guess.
You can say no.
I mean, I just don't know if there is a reasonable sale for what's in here. Like, like 1.8 or 110.
Ah, okay.
Like, it's got like probably 20 more hits in it. I just don't think there's.
Understandable.
I'm sure too. I don't know if oil can, but like it's still the one I bought like 6 months ago, so I don't know if that means.
Isn't it the one that I gave you over the summer? Yeah. Or I bought for you over the summer. Yeah. But I don't have a dealer yet. Seth or Paige can get me really good weed from. No, not from Jeff. No, like I smoked some of it. It was some really good White Widow. It's a bit expensive. It's $50 for a Q, but I'm desperate, and it was really good stuff. I had like 2 hits from a bong and was pretty schmagged for maybe 2.5 hours, and I miss that. I don't get that from a cart, so I'm interested. Anyways,
completed your whatever.
I didn't. I failed, but I don't care. Yeah, I don't really care anymore.
Still effectively. Alright.
Yeah. We're going on to Landon Castle, and I was about to ask, is the University of Richmond, they have like a spider or a tarantula mascot? That's kind of cool.
That's, is that real? I just don't want to.
I'm going to look it up.
Oh. I'm going to full screen here.
Yeah. University of Richmond mascot. What the fuck? Yeah, it is just a spider.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Cool. Props to Richmond.
Yeah. Much better than Chandler the Lancer, if I may say so myself. Lancers are cool, but the mascot himself just looks like a fucking retard. It's got a goof. Also, I was checking the jobs page at Worcester State, and there's an opening for the mascot, and it was really tempting. I was like, I could do it. I don't know if I have the time to commit to it, but I was the mascot. I was the mascot in my high school. Yeah, for my pep rally in my senior year, and for homecoming my junior year.
I definitely could do it. I don't know if I have the stamina.
Yeah, it's hot. They get hot, and you're a naturally hot person.
I'm good with heat being in the kitchen, but my pure stamina.
Yeah. Anyways, sorry, fucking 2 tangents off of.
But like it is.
Warranted tangents based off this great car. Like, you're incorporating the spiderweb design on the hood. That's cool. The colors are popping. It looks like
red, white, and blue. Like everybody gets it today.
It looks like the red color isn't like a deep red, but kind of like a pinkish. And I'm not angry. It's a change of pace that I'm open to.
Yeah, it would be sharper if it was red.
It would be sharper, but it's more unique this way.
Yeah.
The dark blue, that navy blue is like perfect blue. I love that shade of blue. And that pink, it's cool. You don't see it too often. I'm a fan. And you're going on my list, Landon. Thank you for... It's a beauty. Thank you for being new. Thank you for switching it up almost every fucking race. I love you, Landon. Okay. Thank you for making me take a shot. So we're going to move on to Kurt Busch. Back in Monster. And...
Oh my god, okay, well, tangent to make you even hate this car even more.
Yes.
The Juice Monster, I don't know if you've seen some of the designs on that.
Oh my god, they're crazy!
They're so good.
The one with like the skeleton mariachi? That's crazy. Imagine putting that on a NASCAR. That'd be crazy.
There was another one too. It's like my coworker keeps flexing one on me.
Mm-hmm.
And like they're not at Walmart. You have to like just go to the convenience store, I guess.
Yeah.
God damn, that was hot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
one thing I will note, because we are in the playoffs, they put on the stripes on the front splitter, the rear spoiler, and the windshield, hints of green. And it doesn't work on any other car except for the monster car. It makes it better. However, I'm going to put my foot down and say we're not counting the green color on the spoiler, the splitter, and the window as part of the paint scheme. So that means, Kurt Busch, you still suck, and I fucking hate you.
At least it's more of a can now.
Yeah.
More of a can.
A little bit more of a can. You still a can, bro.
It's called Scribble. Looking for notes. Freaking
Android. I have Samsung Notes. Anyways, sure. Kurt Busch, we've seen it many times before. So, Brad Keselowski, back in the discount tire, and automatically you can just see how shit the green paint looks on a majority of the fucking paint schemes. I like the discount tire scheme, but we've seen it before. Admittedly, this is a bad week, so I do have to put you down as a mention.
Are you obligated to put the green?
Yes, if you make the playoffs, you have to put the green on.
Oh.
Just so they can identify you, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I like pure logistics like that.
Yeah. Ruins the paint scheme design, but I mean, it's a necessary evil, I suppose.
Yeah. I guess it's the best color to pick.
I mean, it's Monster Energy Cup Series. They have to put light green. Yeah. It used to be yellow when it was sponsored by Sprint. Anyways, that discount tire, I've said it before, so I won't waste your time. Here's a new scheme! We may have seen it before, actually, at New Hampshire, but it's new enough, and I want to get drunk tonight, so I'm going to take a shot at it. I really like the scheme, yeah. I do like the scheme. That blue color, the nice bright royal blue, big logos, or not even big logos, but identifiable logos. It's not cluttered. That big 3 on top is always a plus. God, my throat is so dry. I should really not drink. It's gonna dehydrate me, but fuck it. I have a water.
Yeah, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
But, it's new. Very clever, but...
It's just... I mean, I have to put you down because you're new, and because it's good, and this week is shit. Oh my god.
I'm with that. Make me think the cars are going to be shit, and then I'm like, wow.
Alright, this week I'm like, it is definite. Okay. Kevin Harvick, like, look how shit this week is. Yeah. You're back in the mobile one. I love you, Kevin. You're my favorite driver, but, like, your paint schemes could use some work.
I mean, but you can't want.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Imagine if there was, like, a big TV shot that went, like, who won the cup races on the World News or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it was this car.
especially because it's the playoff colors on it. I would lose my shit. And Kevin Harvick wins the championship in this car, and it's like, oh my fucking god. Your New Hampshire car, that win was cool, but this one sucks. So Ryan Newman, in the Roush performance car. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we've seen this at Daytona 2. So I will not be taking a shot.
Right.
It might have.
It's not helping anyone except Monster.
No, it is not. In this fucking design,
A little more?
on the side, they throw like dots around there, and that weird stripe is kind of throwing me off. It like dissipates too quickly. It has a harsh angle that it's just like, come on, guys. You're on the same team as Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and you shit out garbage like this. You can do so much better. Okay. Wow. You are correct. Wow. I'm actually upset about that. Fuck you. Okay. Here is Daniel Hemrick. Big news! Daniel Hemrick will not be returning to the Cup Series with Richard Childress Racing next year. Probably because your paint scheme is ass. I don't like it. Like, Caterpillar has had beautiful paint schemes in the past. This is not one of them. Yeah, I like the carbon fiber, bro, but it doesn't really do much. So Chase Elliott, and we've seen it before. We have seen this before.
You could argue
Nope.
new flavor to this one.
It's a worse flavor because the colors don't fucking match. Okay.
Yeah, get out of here.
Eric Almirola, we've seen it so many times
How
before.
many numbers in the top 10 make the playoffs?
It is true what they say. Generally, the lower the number, the better the car. Denny Hamlin, fuck you. Ryan Blaney. I hate it. I hate it. In what universe will I say that this car looks nice? Only when a gun is pointed directly at my head will I ever admit that this car has merit. But it doesn't. It doesn't in any other situation. Like, oh my god. You've had so many better paint schemes in the past using purple and using more black, but you just have the majority white and you use very little of what makes your color schemes unique. Orange and purple are crazy good together. Purple is so unique on NASCAR, you don't see it too often. Why don't you use it more? It would be so much more eye-catching. Instead, you have the fucking outline around the window. What? Okay. Ryan Blaney. Another Menard scheme, we've seen it before. Ty Dillon. Uh-oh, Geico! We've seen it before. Here's Clint Boyer, and we haven't seen this before on the podcast, so you know what that means. You can comment. You can comment while I drank.
God, wow. Still waiting for the green. I don't know. It's kind of just got this whole throw-up color theme. But I don't know. I'm just not digging.
It might be the lighting. It might be the lighting on the side not catching the sun very well. But yeah, I agree. That dark green looks okay, but that like weird, pukey, pissy, yellowish gold. What the fuck are you doing? Also, why is Colorado State University sponsoring a race or a car at Richmond? Anyways, like you could at least sponsor like Vegas or something. Anyways, okay. Yeah, this is just way too basic. Like,
it's also not like enough design.
If you look close enough, if you look close enough, you can see like paw prints in kind of like a semi, for lack of a better word, camouflage pattern in the green. But like, it's just majority white. That hood is way too fucking crowded with logos and words. If they just put the One Cure logo or the big ram from Colorado State, it would be 10 times better. But as it stands, this one is lacking. Yes. And gross. Pee-pee poo-poo throw up.
Yeah.
Ross Chastain, looking snazzy, bro. Here's Ricky Stenhouse in the Fastenal again.
Okay. Didn't make the playoffs, I see.
He did not make the playoffs because he's a bad driver.
How can you be a bad driver? It's a fast car.
Is it? Hang on. Am I just seeing things, or is like the rear of the car? Shouldn't the carbon fiber be like expanded towards the top of the car? There's like a weird gap between the left rear window and the carbon fiber. Let me look this up. Hang on.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident that that's not usually.
No, it's right here.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It's always there.
Maybe it is always there. We just haven't noticed it. I mean, we've seen it fucking so many times, but it's a classic. This is our circle jerk. Oh my god, I'm getting so fucking hot. Drinking warms me the fuck up. Give me a second, my headphones are off.
But it also, well, there's parity in paint schemes, or I should say parity, like distribution. Good drivers, bad schemes, and like bad drivers can have bad schemes. Like, bad drivers can.
Usually bad drivers have the best schemes.
Very interesting.
Yeah. I like it. I still like it. I'm not a fan of when they throw an associate sponsor on the hood. Like you see above the Fastenal, there's that red logo. I can't even make out what it is, but I just hate it. They always do it. It's not fun. So on to Mr. Kyle Busch, back in the hazelnut spread. This is a car where it's so colorful that the monster colors aren't as intrusive as they would be on any other car, excuse me. However, we've seen this so many times before, and while it is a good scheme, it's not making any of my lists.
Yeah. Yeah, I love M&M's. I just see them. Man, I love I love paint, man. I really love the paint schemes, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just, I need a new one or one couple throwback.
Yeah, the thing is, he's ran the hazelnut spread M&M's car more often than he's ran the regular one, and I think that always happens every year because they always come out with a new kind of M&M's like every year pretty much. So they advertise the shit out of it on Kyle Busch's car because he wins races. So I mean, it only makes sense, but we've just seen it so often. Speaking of Martin Truex Jr. in the back. All right, why did the resolution suddenly get so much better?
You may get on the list.
You may get in the list, Martin. Fuck you. Even though you won. Even though you won, we've seen this before. Wow, I'm starting to feel the alcohol. I'm 3 shots in? 4 shots in?
19%.
That's false. That's objectively false.
Thematic falsehood.
I don't even know what you're trying to tell me. A thematic falsehood. Quote of the day, thematic falsehood.
I believe it's still a correct statement.
I just need to write that. I just wrote that down on my note card just to make a note of it. It's a thematic falsehood. Okay. Anyways, Martin, we've seen it before. Get a new fucking scheme, buddy. All right. We're back to shit resolution with Eric Jones. Back in
the right type of scheme for low resolution.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow, you suck.
Oh, it's so true.
It's so true. Alright. My 3 a few of my pinnacle pillars of paint scheme design is brand integration. And this is the perfect Craftsman car because the Craftsman logo is designed by a 3-year-old. Not even. It's designed by a minimalist 3-year-old. So, in that respect, it gets a thumbs up, but in every other respect of eye-catching and cool, it fails. It fails. So, Paul Menard. Oh shit. Paul Menard. There we go. Yeah, we've seen it before. Paul Menard will not be returning to the 21 car in 2020, and Matt DiBenedetto will be taking over. That's good news for Matt, because Matt's being booted from his ride. Okay, Joey Logano, we've seen it how many times before? I've lost fucking count. Here is William Byron in the Liberty University. And I just heard about this recently. Apparently Liberty University is this really conservative, really homophobic, and
Really?
yeah. homophobic university. Like, I read a Reddit post, and obviously r/NASCAR is extremely biased, but like, I heard like they have fees for like having a person of the opposite sex stay in your room overnight, like a $50 fee or $100, whatever the fuck it is. But like, that's hilarious. That's funny. That to me, you're really gonna have a college and not have people fucking it? Okay, bro, that's funny to me.
Look at that. They got the creative young mind. I always love this.
It's way too basic. They have a few ideas in here. Like, I like the number. It's just simple with a red kind of like drop shadow to it. That's cool to me.
The number really.
However, some of their design language, like the flames on the front, need to be expanded because the rear of the car is just so basic. So basic. The Liberty University, if they just took the LU, the red LU, and expanded it and not put Liberty University on the front, that'd be fine with me. If they put University, like, hang on, let me collect my thoughts because I'm a drunk mess. Okay, so if they just took the LU and made that big on the hood and then wrote Liberty University on the side of the car, perfect. That's your perfect sponsor. Yeah, it does. But expand the flames on the side, put the red drop shadow on every bit of white text you have on the car. Please, and make it so much more cohesive than it is right now. If you have the white number with the red drop shadow and just white text of Liberty University, it's no design cohesiveness. If that makes any sense. Yeah. So it just seems it has bits and pieces of a good scheme. It just needs a push in the right direction. The green really does not help. Holy fuck, it does not help in this scheme.
Because some of it's still white. Like, if they made it all green, they worked in the...
Yeah.
That would be something that was still bad.
It's still bad. It's still bad. Okay. On to Quinn Hoff in the unsponsored number 27. Uh-oh, Quinn, you suck. I mean, both as a team and as a paint scheme designer, because you have no sponsors. I can't blame you. The 32 of Corps de Joie. We've seen it so many times before. CorvetteParts.net. It's just so basic. It's just really basic.
Yeah, it's very infomercial.
Mm-hmm. One thing that Go Fast Racing always upsets me is their numbers are way too tiny. Like, that number on the side and on the top could be so much bigger, and it would make the scheme a lot better. And the logo on the hood is lacking too. But I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's just okay. It gets the job done. It's
certainly okay.
Yeah. It's average. It's just average.
Yeah, the number blocking more of that gray.
Yeah. I like the kind of like scribble of gray on the side. I just wish that I wish that Keen Parts had like just a better color scheme other than black, gray, and orange.
Yeah.
It just boils down to like they're working with the source material that isn't great. It's unfortunate, but what can you do about it? So, on to Michael McDowell in the Long John Silvers, and I've always been a fan of this scheme. You don't see wood grain on cars a lot. And I love wood grain. It looks nice.
Yeah.
Especially when you color it. Just, you don't see like colored wood grain. What the fuck is going on? Long John Silvers is big on the front. That's nice. And it's just bright colors. Good contrast. There's very, very little I can critique. Other than the numbers could be a bit bigger. This is just a great scheme.
I feel like it could be a bit more eye-popping, but there isn't like any mistake.
Yeah. Yeah.
It feels like it's still a step below.
I disagree. I think this is top tier just because
the week.
not even for the week, but it takes the brand of Long John Silver's and does well with it. Like, I can't think of anything other than Long John Silver's, other than like fish, to associate with the brand. So throwing in wood grain makes it unique from the pack and makes it pop out, and it just appeals to me. I just love wood grain. McDowell, you do a good job, bro. It's on the list. It's on the list. Ow, my throat hurts.
Sorry, bro.
It's not your fault. I don't fault you. Okay, here is Matt Tift. Yep, it's him. Okay, here's Chris Buescher. What the fuck, bro? Like, oh my god. No matter how many times I see a shit paint scheme from Chris Buescher, because you have such good paint schemes, and like, the Scott's car, you remember like the pink and orange one? That's beautiful. But then you just turn around and shit out an absolute turd like this.
I feel like you could make this in Photoshop with like 10 clicks.
Yes.
Like a 10-click job.
You're just dragging logos onto the car. That's it. You're dragging PNGs onto the car. It's just like, all right, bro, who do we got for this race today? All right, we got Bush's Baked Beans, we got Cheerios, Healthy Choice, Minute, and Tyson. You got that scheme, bro? It's been 5 minutes. Where's my scheme? Shit. Okay, all right, I got it. That's what it is. It's like someone's got a gun to his head. It's like, all right, we're sponsored by Cheerios, Bush Beans, and Healthy Choice. We need a scheme in 5 minutes. It's just so bad. It's just so... I want to understand, like, what executives... Well, I actually understand their decision because it's all about fucking money. But what designer didn't stand their ground and holds their integrity? Like, if I were a member of this race team and someone says, yeah, we have 6 sponsors for this race, get your job done, I would walk up to the CEO's office and just quit immediately. It's like, if the minute I got the instruction, throw more than 2 sponsors on one car, it's like, fuck it, bro, I'm out.
Imagine that I want it, that the design is so lacking. I would rather it be all black and just a logo.
Yes.
I just want
this
logos.
This is worse than an unsponsored black car. This is worse. This is objectively the worst car in the field. I'm gonna take a shot just because I can. This makes me want to fucking drink. How? There's alarms going off in my head that's like, this is bad to look out. Please look away. So people are being paid to create this. People are being paid fucking thousands of dollars a year to create garbage like this.
Alright.
I've had enough. Rant over. David Reagan back in the MDS. We've seen it. Must be double-digit times by now. Daniel Suarez in the Haas. We've seen it. Must be double-digit times at this point.
I remember I made a defense for this first.
How's that going for you, buddy? Because again, it has so many elements of a good paint scheme. It just doesn't do anything with them. Like, a digital camouflage pattern is nowhere to be seen in any other NASCAR.
Yeah.
And you just fail. It just, at this picture, it just looks like black with a couple dots of red on it. That's a failure of a camouflage pattern. Yeah.
For some reason I always think, like, the first time I see a scheme and it's like, okay, it's like, oh, they're gonna work on it, they're gonna come back at you.
Nope, never happens. Happens very little. The only paint scheme that I think it happened with is Kurt Busch and the gear wrench. Remember how he has like 2 different schemes of that? Let me pull it up.
I know there's a few examples, but I can't think of one specific where a car does make the subtle changes. They're like, oh my god, they did it.
Like, Kurt Busch has this one, and then the next week he came out with this one, and it's just better. This one's just better than this one.
Whoa.
Anyways, Daniel Suarez, bro. I'm so disappointed in you. Kyle Larson, and we've seen it so many times before. Alright, I will give this one to you. The green looks okay.
Okay.
Just because Credit Run Bank only has 2 colors.
I swear to God, they had it out like that.
It was the McDonald's scheme.
Yeah.
They had an outline on it, yeah. Also, since that episode is lost to time, we just need to talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
We just need to talk about this beauty.
Oh my god.
So, I remember talking about the base McDonald's paint scheme. Where is it? Let me find it. Right here. During the beginning of the season, and I said if there was more white incorporated in the design, it would be better. And I got laughed out of town by you and Tom. I remember it. And then this rolls around, and I just want to say, kill yourself. Kill yourself, Terry. I was right, and you were wrong. This...
I don't know how you're right.
I'm right. That's the thing. What we mentioned 2 weeks ago at this point, they improved the scheme, of course, by adding the white into it, by adding an outline to the number on top. But, like, the little intricacies, like, you see these yellow stripes that start at the front and go to the side? They have, like, red on the ends, and to me, I know it's kind of like, I'm just, like, intentionally looking out for it, but it looks like ketchup on french fries to me, and that's just cool.
That's pretty cool. I mean, even if you're looking out for it or not,
yeah, it works. And oh, hang on, the big M is the same on both schemes, but it just works. It's so much better.
Because if you go back to Bill 42, you'll see they had one stripe.
Yeah.
They come up with this. That's perfect. I feel like that could have. It would be a mistake too, because at first, like, natural balance would be like, some white on top of the car.
Yeah. They had restraint. They have restraint. Yeah, they have restraint. And thank God they do. Because this is a masterpiece. Yeah. This is the pinnacle of McDonald's paint scheme designs. Except for Bill Elliott's Mac Tonight scheme, but we won't get into that tonight. That's a story for another day. I wish I could. I so wish I could. If only we could recover that episode with fucking the mic audio. I'm so angry that we didn't record that episode. That's so pissed. So returning to this garbage comparatively, yeah, we've just seen it so many times before. I mean, what else can we say about it? So on to Bubba. We got Bubba.
So good. It's not that good.
It's not that good. I think there's just way too much going on here to jam into. The hood is abysmal. Oh my god. Why? Why didn't they just take the logo of the kid on the tire with the checkered flag and just make that big on the hood? That would probably land the paint scheme on my list. That alone. I'm just disappointed. I'm not even angry. I'm just disappointed. Okay.
Yeah, I'm lukewarm.
Speaking, yeah.
So neutral to positive.
I mean, I love Bubba as much as the next guy, but your paint scheme design is... You're just like middle of the pack. You don't even have like high highs and low lows. You sometimes like kind of sneak into the top 5, and most of the time you're just like almost good enough for the top 10. If that makes any fucking sense.
And and you know, he always gets like a +5 bias boost on my list. He still doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah. It stinks because Bubba has been struggling to find sponsorship this year, so we kind of have to deal with subpar paint schemes from Victory Junction and Worldwide Technology. Granted, Worldwide Technology is good. We've just seen it so many times. It's worn out its welcome. Speaking of, Ryan Preece. What the fuck more can I say about this? Jimmy Johnson. Uh-oh. It's still groovy. I'm still No, he did not. This is the first time in Jimmy Johnson's career where he did not make the playoffs. In his career. This is the end of an era. Jimmy Johnson is tied with Dale Earnhardt, I think. Oh shit, I might be wrong. 7 championships. 7. He got a new sponsor this year and didn't make the playoffs. It's the end of an era. No more lows, no more playoffs. I feel I have sympathy for him. I think there was a lot of stuff behind the scenes and just a lot of bad luck that had him miss the playoffs. But this is a podcast for paint schemes and not for the races themselves. It had a bit of time in the spotlight at the beginning of the season just because it was so unique to NASCAR paint scheme designs. I remember when it first was revealed and the NASCAR Reddit went ballistic, this is shit, this is garbage. And I was like, bro, just open up your horizons a bit. This is unique, this is cool, but as it's progressed through the year, it's a bit basic. Just the entire side of the car is black. It could do more. Again, it has purple, it has pink. If they made it a brighter car, used more white, purple, pink, and made a more traditional design, I think it would have held up more as the races went on. But they went with something bold. I love the hood design, but the rest of the car is just so lacking.
Yeah. It could be better, but I think if you're let's say, this is you're brought along, you're dragged to a race, it's the first race ever, this would stand out in the back.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I said, this is...
You gotta respect that. There's always new...
Oh yeah.
New viewers of every race. Just like casual shit. 2000? Never even
I'd say anywhere between... Ooh, that's an interesting question. Anywhere between 4,000 and 8,000 new viewers per race. I'd say that's fair. Okay.
It's hard for me to quantify a number. But,
that's an interesting question to raise. But we cannot spend too much time on Jimmy Johnson, so we're going to move to Austin Theriault in the 51. Double-digit times. It's just okay. It's just okay. So on to JJ Yaley. Yaley is this one. So shot time.
Definitely I'm thinking a PS2 symbol for a PS2 series.
Yeah, this is a symbol for some puzzle game series.
Yeah, and that's the loading screen.
Yeah. The logos would be spinning and moving slowly across the screen. Wow, I'm surprised we're on the same page on that. But the one thing that I can't decipher, what the fuck is going on the hood?
At first I thought it was a small animal.
It looks like an eagle holding dual Berettas from CS:GO. It's like an eagle in a shield holding dual Berettas.
the fuck is that?
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was taking a shot.
Yeah, PS2 is just weird. Feels like PS2 graphics.
What is going on with these, like, gun? Why do they just have guns all over the car? There's 2 on the hood and 1 on the left rear. What the fuck is going on? I'm actually dumbfounded. What is Berna and why do they have guns on their car? I need to look this up.
The transition between the numbers is pretty bad, I'd say. The outline of the orange on top feels wrong.
Yeah.
Just feel like looking at it.
Oh.
Two, like, a whole different font.
Hey, you want to know why Berna has guns on their car?
Here.
They make guns. Me neither.
Are there new gun companies?
I would assume not. Like, I would assume that gun companies, like, just wouldn't survive under the political climate, but...
Like, what could you do new in a gun store to, like, attract?
Oh, shit, hang on. So they're not actual guns. They're gas-fired, handheld personal security device that shoots pepper-filled rounds containing whatever the fuck, OC and PAVA. I don't even give a shit. So they're personal defense that they don't shoot bullets. They shoot something else. So that's interesting. Honestly, though, this car kind of slaps. I kind of like it.
Initially I was interested, but...
What fucking company has the audacity to put guns on their car? Like, not even like Bass Pro Shops.
It's quite an enigma. But, yeah.
I'm gonna give it to them. I'm gonna add them to the list just for the balls. Just for their balls to put in fucking guns on their car.
Is that crazy? Put guns on your car?
Alright. To the audience, I issue a challenge. If you can find another paint scheme with guns on it, I will shout you out in the next episode, and I will mail you $15.
I just feel like it's unique but not shock.
It's unique enough to land a spot on the list in this garbage race.
I guess I should write it down. It's emergency top 5.
Emergency top 5. Okay.
Yeah, just way too much, looking at both numbers is super painful. The hood is incomprehensible.
Seriously incomprehensible. Just
the whole PS2 thing is like good for nostalgia. That's about it. It's a little sleeper. I like their logo. I do like their logo. I just wish they like continued to the design and threw their logo just all over the car. Yeah,
that'd be cool. But honestly, just okay. Okay, so we're moving on to Spencer Boyd. We've seen it before, the AQRE. Yeah. Anything to say?
Nothing much to say. Cool.
Yeah.
And
you've got purple, and I like the kind of offset logo on the hood, but other than that, you're not doing much, bro. So we go on to the 77 of Reed Sorensen in the Go parts, and we've seen this one before.
it's fun.
It's like mixing it up in terms of paint scheme design, but like all these fucking abstract shapes going every which fucking direction, especially the little triangle with the orange outline at the front tires. It spans the gap between the front splitter and behind the tire, and just what is that? Please tell me what the fuck. What is that? What is that? And the fucking design on the rear too, how it has the fucking weird angles and I don't like it.
Yeah, it's calling to me this week, but again, it just can't quite make the top 5. I like its vibe. I don't mind the triangles. I don't mind the spacing of them. But yeah, just a little more. Like if it was a perfect hood, it would definitely be a top 5 car. Maybe somehow importing like another orange triangle on there, like a big fatty. Just something else.
Uh-huh.
But otherwise, not quite enough. And obviously,
Yeah. Okay.
I think one adaptation, one big move on this car, it would be a really good car.
If
really top tier.
if they just made it like a standard design of a basic stripe going from the front of the car to the back of the car, I would like it a lot better. You have multiple shades of blue, orange. Those work well together. But you just piss it away in this fucking weirdo design. I want to know who approved this.
Do we have any stripes across the top of the car this weekend?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, no. Old style. Alright.
Yep, so on to Alex Bowman. Here is another car that does not benefit from the green colors. He got...
Average ranking in terms of damage done, I'd say.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this paint scheme is so fucking basic, and we've seen it so often that I don't even want to say anything else.
Yeah.
Are you? No.
Really notable. Nothing notable.
Very, very little that is notable. So, last but not least is Mr. Matt DiBenedetto in the Toyota.
Best name.
He has the best name. He's the people's champ of NASCAR. But your paint schemes are lacking. Oh no, they're just middle of the pack. Like, I'm just kind of weirded out how always the 95 is yellow. Always, like without fail. No matter what sponsor, what design, what race.
That's his input.
No, it's not his input. It's it's the team's input. You know why it's the 95?
Why is that?
Because Lightning McQueen was the 95. Yes, that's the reasoning why they numbered that car. That's the fucking reasoning. The team owner admitted in a Twitter thread he was like, yeah, I didn't know what number to name it, but I watched Cars like 2 nights before the deadline, so I just decided to make it 95.
That's great.
That is gold. However,
God, this is gonna be tough. This is gonna be a violently sad battle.
yeah, this is real. This paint scheme in this field is very sad. So we are going to be right back with our top 5s.
So my number 5 car, surprisingly, is the 17. I know we've seen it since the beginning of time, since the birth of this whole shindig.
Mm-hmm.
It's still a god scheme. I feel like it's earned the right to be respected again one last time, probably.
Yeah.
But
I'm
it was such a rough week that I had to go back.
I'm in agreement. Slight spoiler alert, but the 17 is also my number 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. This week is garbage. So your number 4 is.
So my number 4 car is the 52. So I had to come back to it because it had the most discussion. It had the most narrative. Like, even though I'm not absolutely fond of my initial I don't know, receptors that are saying this is nice to look at. It really isn't. But, I love what it made me think of. There's still a lot to unravel about the car. I'm sure I'd figure out what the logo is if I just looked it up, but it's still a bit of a puzzle, and it's new, and the logo's great, so it earned a place in the top 5. You gotta respect it, actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, number 3 car. And even I wasn't that fond of it, initially coming into it. I questioned it. It's still looking at the week, definitely a top 3 car. It's hard to say it's not. Having so little logo clutter and having just really unique design with the wood. It's really unforgettable with that. So, respect. Number 3. Okay, number 2 car, the 3. It still made the list, and maybe it's just Austin Dillon's clout as the number 3.
Yeah.
But it was, it's a nice redeeming scheme. I mean, you can tell it's almost like just a worse version of the 17. Same type of colors, It's just like it pops out enough, and it's clean again, but not too bad on the load of clutter. It really is just enough to make it a number 2 car this week. That's because the week sucks.
Yeah. The week is garbage, but I wanted to bring back up the point where you said the 3 is just clout. Like, so Austin Dillon, so Dale Earnhardt also raced for Richard Childress, and Austin Dillon's grandfather is Richard Childress. So when Austin got a full-time ride in the Cup Series, his granddad was like, all right, this number that we retired for arguably the greatest driver of all time? Yeah, we're bringing it back for my grandson. And Austin Dillon does not deserve this. He does not deserve the number 3. The number 3 should be retired for eternity. Austin Dillon may have like 1 or 2 wins at fucking Daytona and maybe Charlotte. Maybe he won the Coke 600 one year, but like, he does not have the clout of fucking Dale Earnhardt. The number 3 should be retired for eternity. That's just my 2 cents. Austin Dillon is bad. He's not a good driver. He wrecked fucking Alex Bowman this race. He wrecked a playoff driver. So Alex Bowman needs to finish well next race at the Roval, or he's going to get fucking booted because of Austin Dillon. Fuck Austin Dillon. He's born with the silver spoon. He deserves the rope. That's a bit intense. He deserves to be he does not deserve a Cup Series ride. Let's leave it at that. Let's not get into killing people. Yes. Oh my god. So objectively, compared to the 17, because you made this connection, this car is worse just side by side. Yeah. Due to the 3s, this car is just basic design and with no texture. The 17 is unique and has carbon fiber. Just we've seen the 17 so much.
Yeah, that's why it's up there and it's new, but I mean it's fairly new.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I can see your number 1 car coming. Let me guess, it's this 00.
00.
Yeah.
It was really not even a battle. This was the only really bad scheme.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1 car is 00. It's just, I mean, there was really no competition this week for the number 1 spot. I'm glad we had at least 1 top tier car. So there was a reason to look at this week.
Yeah.
Waste of my time. Goddamn, yeah. Spider, respect from Richmond, corporate design. Like they could have. Again, I like how it fades out. It seems, like the spider went the whole way across. I love how it fades out.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. And I can forgive the 00, like simplicity and like all that white repeating it because it like balances out the white.
It really does. It really does. This paint scheme. All right. I just want to say, you mirrored my top 10 except for the 34 and the 52. I had the 52 in third. So I'm not even going to recap my my top 10, my top 5 because I have nothing additional to add except for this. Let's just talk more about this car because this is the only car that is objectively just amazing this week. Props to University of Richmond for having a fucking spider as their mascot. Like, you imagine having shit like, like a fucking cougar or a tiger or some other stereotypical like predator, but no, a spider. It's fucking badass. And then in turn to just incorporate a spider web into a NASCAR design, like how often do you see that? You don't see fucking animals on animals on paint scheme designs often. You don't see spider webs. You don't see fucking shit like this. This is just amazing. I love the colors. I love the design. University of Richmond just killed it. Granted, this week sucks. If this was like just picked up and placed in a good week, it may have been like middle. Not to say middle of the pack, but just middle of like a top 5. It might have been like 3rd or 4th. But like, this is just.
It still potentially could have won in like a couple other weeks, but yeah, like in a God week, no.
Yeah. This is still just amazing. I especially like when you said the balance of the white, because there's very little white in this paint scheme. It's only in the shield on the hood and the text on the side. To add the white numbers is really, really. I appreciate that. Thank goodness they have some restraint and they don't add like the red for the numbers. Thank God it's white. This is a really good paint scheme.
I wonder how long it's been the spider. Probably since they were like, probably for a while.
I looked it up since 1893. 1893. Holy shit.
That worked out. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know how long spiders have been. I would associate spiders with like actually getting smarter, like you're or you're some kind of mega genius, like fucking Spider-Man. So
the fucking spider, the fucking spider guy, the spider guy from Demon Slayer. All right, hear me out. The best episode of Demon Slayer had spiders in it. The best paint scheme of this episode had spiders in it.
Oh shit.
There we go. Fucking case closed, curtain closed, end the episode right here. Okay.
The standings are probably pretty interesting. Is there any like battles in the playoffs?
The Ricky Stenhouse is like head and shoulders above. Kevin Harvick is comfortably in second, and then the rest of the standings is pretty mediocre. I mean, we've got. Let me pull it up. Go to tradingpaintpodcast.com. You'll see every single fucking shit that we use. This is if you care about this podcast, and I'm sure only one person cares, go to tradingpaintpodcast.com. We have all your references you need. Every single paint scheme for every single race this summer. This year, not even just this summer. Our podcast episodes, my personal top 5 of every week, and here's the point standings. It's kind of cut off, but I don't even give a shit. Ricky Stenhouse, Kevin Harvick, and we got Austin Dillon, Chris Buescher. This is not updated as of this episode. This is updated as of last week, just to point out. But there's a hot hot battle between 3rd to 10th. Like they're all relatively, actually, 3rd to 6th and 7th to 10th is a hot battle, but like Ricky Stenhouse and Kevin Harvick will likely not be touched because they just have god paint schemes. So go to tradingpaintpodcast.com. It's just a great reference if you enjoy the podcast and if you just like NASCAR paint scheme designs in general. I do apologize for being sick this week. I know it's nothing in my control, but it just fucking happens. And I apologize for missing the last 2 weeks, but shit happens. I mean, we don't make money off of this podcast, so I don't really have any obligation to continue it. However, I want to make a commitment to the 2020 season. And I know that actions speak louder than words, but I just want to offer the Trading Paint podcast schedule for 2020. I have it all written out. Starting, so the 2020 Trading Paint podcast season will start on February 3rd with a season primer. We will go over every single paint scheme that has been released over the off season. Just to review them, just a quick basic, nothing crazy. Sorry, give me a sec. Okay. Then we'll go weekly, every single race from the Clash, Daytona 500, Vegas, all the way to Bristol on April 16th. On April 13th, we have a 1 week gap between NASCAR races. So we will be reviewing the paint schemes of IndyCar. on April 13th. So then April 20th, 420, we will go Richmond all the way until, and that's weekly, Richmond, Talladega, Dover, Martinsville, the All-Star Race, Charlotte, Kansas, Michigan, Sonoma, Chicagoland. Both Pocono races will be on July 29th because there is a doubleheader Saturday and Sunday. The June 27th and 28th is the two Pocono races, so on the 29th, the Pocono episode will be released. Then in July, the 6th, 13th, 20th, and the 6th, 13th, 20th, we have Indy, Kentucky, and New Hampshire. On the 20th, we will be in New Hampshire, live recording the podcast, on track. We were going to do that earlier in the year, except the day before, we took shrooms at Terry's house, and I was not feeling. Oh my god! If I had to drive all the way to New Hampshire to watch a NASCAR, I was just not feeling it.
Yeah, it
was also so fucking hot. But next year on July 20th, the episode of New Hampshire will be recorded live. Actually, the 19th is that Sunday, but the 20th, the episode will be live on YouTube. On July 27th, there's a gap between there's actually a 2-week gap. The 27th and August 3rd is a 2-week gap to allow for the Olympics to happen. So on the July 27th, we will have a mid-season break. We will review our top 10 paint schemes of the entire season, go through just whatever we want to talk about, a mid-season break. August 3rd, we will be reviewing the Formula One field. Granted, I don't even know how many teams there are in F1, maybe like 10 to 12, and the paint schemes are the same for each of their 2 cars that they run, but we'll still go through it. It'll be a short episode, I don't even give a shit. But from August 20th through November 9th, I believe, is weekly races. Michigan, Watkins Glen, Dover, Daytona, Darlington, Richmond, Bristol, Vegas, Talladega, Roval, Kansas, Texas, Martinsville, Phoenix. I want to mention September 21st. It's the Bristol race. However, at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, that weekend of the 19th, I believe, there's a NASCAR modified race, a NASCAR Pinty Series race, and another race. It's the New Hampshire Full Throttle Weekend. I am going to be there. I don't know if Terry will be there, but we will record the Bristol episode live on location at New Hampshire Motor Speedway on the 20th. We will record it on the 20th. The episode will be out on the 21st. So that's just, we're still going over the Bristol race, but it's switching things up. We'll be live recording. And then we skip ahead to November 16th. That is the end of season awards. We will award our favorites paint schemes, a bunch of different categories. We'll have awards for it. It'll be a fun time on November 16th. And that will be the last episode of the 2020 season. So yeah,
we also have an award show this.
Of course. Yes. So from February 3rd until November 16th of 2020, we will have, and this is a guarantee, I guarantee it, and if we don't follow it, you can shoot me, I don't care. From February 3rd to November 16th, we will have weekly episodes of the Trade and Paint podcast. I'm going to commit. I know that actions speak louder than words, and we have flaked on a lot of episodes this season, admittedly. It's going to happen. I fucking love making the podcast, so I just want to get the episodes out. Yeah. Hopefully we'll have all of our production issues figured out by then.
How's it on your end?
How's the what?
How's the audio? Did it feel good?
Audio is great this time. No more technical difficulties this episode. However, production scheduling issues, I guess, is our main issue this season. Just like sometimes I just feel fucking exhausted and I don't want to record. As of last week, Vegas, I just didn't want to record. Sometimes our fucking mic issues happen. Hopefully shit won't happen like this next year. But, yeah. So sorry to ramble on about next year's schedule. We still have a shit ton of episodes left to go. But I'm glad that's out of my system. So, thank you for watching the Trading Paint Podcast. This has been the second Richmond episode. We broadcast on YouTube on the Monday after every race. We are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, every fucking podcast thing that you want. We're obviously on YouTube. YouTube is the best way to watch us because then you can look at the fucking paint schemes every week instead of just having to listen to us.
Yeah.
So yeah, check out Trading Paint Podcast for reference materials and other goodies. And I am Aiden. You are Terry. We're signing off. We will see you next week at the Roval. Adios. Deuces.